recording. Oh wait, it's about to start. Yeah, okay, right. Okay, so my workshop is on creating and developing a character. At the end of the workshop, well, one of the exercises we're going to do is you're each going to perform like a 2-minute like little piece that you've created on your character. So just keep that in mind because you will need to perform that. Right, okay, so why is it important to build a character? People discuss.
Okay. So that we can make a believable performance.
Okay, Daniel, what do you think?
So you can have further control on your actions through posture, so on, characterization and characteristics.
Yep, okay. Does anyone have anything else?
If you develop a character, then it'll make it easier for audience members to relate.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Have an understanding as an actor if you develop your character even more.
Yeah, perfect. Sean and Erin, do you have anything?
Just like what they said before, like someone's not going to want to walk. Some people prefer watching something that's relatable. So if you develop your character, they'll be able to understand you more.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so it's definitely important to. Oh, you disagree? Okay.
No, I agree.
Okay, sorry, your Wi-Fi. Okay. Perfect. So yeah, it's important to build a character because it'll help the audience like engage in the performance. And it'll also help you act because then you kind of know what's the character, what they've kind of been through, and you kind of have it all written out. Have you guys ever had to build a character, and what have you had to build a character for?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Erin.
I had to build for when we were in NC for Leah, we had to do like a character study and we had to do our own research because there's not very much, so you either had to make it up or what you could find out.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So yeah, research is one that's really good that you can research time periods, you can research historical context, social context, you can research the actual play and the actual character. Iona, have you ever had to build a character?
Yeah, so obviously for Panto we had to do that. For my advanced hire is what I did mostly on. Because obviously you've got your contrasting roles like for your monologue and then for your piece you do with the class. And they were very different. So like again I just researched and did like role in the walls and like put as my character I would put myself into like different scenarios and just see like how to respond to that.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Ben, have you ever had to
similar to Iona, I had to make a thing, but it was for my higher drama. We had to make a story based on a true event. So there was a train crash that happened, and the whole play kind of revolved around that. So I had to do lots of research into that time period and other things that were going on that might affect it as well.
Okay. Daniel?
Mine was the same as Erin. In NC, we had to study on our characters from DNA, and most of it was research of the play and then the area the play was set in and social and historical context, majority of it.
Yeah. And Sean, have you built a character?
Kind of just the same as everyone else. Obviously for Panto we had to create our Panto characters through the different exercises and character study, and then obviously as well kind of in school when you're doing higher, obviously you have to, for your prep for performance, you have to do a character study into the character, doing research on the time period, etc.
Okay, perfect. So there's loads of different ways that you can create a character, like research and character studies and like background information. Is there any other ways that are good to create a character from? Sean first.
Oh, sorry.
How do you mean? Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so we've obviously spoken about research and background stories and character studies and everything, but is there any other ways that you can create a character elsewhere?
Well, there's like different activities you can do, obviously. You can do hot seating, thought tunneling as well as another one that's quite fun to do. And then obviously you can do character cards as well, which is kind of goes into the backstory and subplot, but it's a bit less in depth.
Yeah. Has anyone else got any? Ben, you were going to say something.
Yeah, funnily enough, in Bradley's workshop yesterday, we were creating characters from stimulus. So we literally just got given the name, and based off that, we had to answer Hagen's 9 questions. So yeah, I suppose different stimuli.
Yeah. Has anyone else got anything? No. Okay. So earlier I gave you different stimuluses or stimuli, and I want you to kind of come up with a background information, a background story, a backstory. That's it. No. And I want you to kind of come up with how they got to the position where they are, and what the stimulus kind of means.
Okay.
Does everyone get that?
Yeah.
So I'll give 5 minutes to kind of write that down, and then we'll kind of go over everyone's and discuss everyone's. If you have questions, just ask.
Lovely.
So it doesn't. You just need.
Did somebody say something? Aaron, did you say something?
No, that was you on Snapchat.
Oh. It doesn't need to be too detailed, just as best you can.
Does anyone know when the Second World War was by any chance?
1939, 1945.
Lovely, thank you.
How did you not know, Ben?
I don't know. I'm going to mute myself.
Oh dear.
Just let me know when you guys are all ready.
Sorry, I cut off. What do we have to do?
Okay, so I've given you a stimulus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what you have to do is create a backstory leading up to that stimulus. Like, how did they get to the point that they're at?
Okay.
Okay, great. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll give you guys 2 more minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Ooh.
Okay, how's everyone getting on? Do you need another minute? Yeah.
No, I think
So,
fine.
Ben's
Here.
more minute. Okay, we'll give you just 1 more minute.
Nice.
Ben, are you ready? I can't see you, so you might need to talk.
If you could, why can we go through them and I'll just continue writing?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, Iona, what was your stimulus?
Okay,
Or do you want me to read out? Or have you got it?
Stimulus is a victim standing up for themselves.
Okay.
So I just went with the first thing that came into my mind would be a victim of bullying. And I've done like a 12-year-old girl who gets bullied by 5 girls that's a year above her. And she gets bullied because of her family, like how her family is and how her brother is in school.
Okay.
How she's been bullied for 3 to 4 years, and it just gets worse and worse. But she doesn't want to tell her mum and dad about it because she doesn't want to make their problem seem bigger.
Yeah.
But it finally gets too much to her. She just cracks, and then she decides to stick up for herself.
Okay, perfect. So how would that backstory help you in your performance?
And obviously, because my stimulus is just a victim standing up for themselves, my backstory would help because it would understand me as an actor, how I would.
Okay.
Why am I sticking up for myself, and what's happened, and like what's gonna happen. So my feelings like a lot bigger.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Sean, what was your stimulus?
So my stimulus is a businessman trying to get to work.
Okay.
So from that, my kind of sub story is that my character works. He's a businessman at a big oil company. So he's got a big meeting today with the board. So he wakes up and he gets ready for work, kind of all normal day. It's just an ordinary Joe. And then he steps outside, and traffic that day typically is just heaving and awful. So he's just kind of trying to rush his way to work because it's obviously important. So he's on his way to the tube station.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and again, how would that help you in your performance? Why would that make your performance better?
Well, identifies kind of what his like motivation is. His motivation is to get to this place.
Yeah.
And by kind of having this kind of subplot of him being at this company, it identifies that he is a businessman.
Okay.
And that's his character.
Perfect. Erin, what was your stimulus?
Sorry, I was unmuting myself. It was a heavily pregnant woman painting her toenails.
Okay, perfect. What was your backstory?
So she broke up with her partner and childhood sweetheart of 4 years, who's like the father of the baby.
Yeah.
And she's trying to make herself feel better. So her friends have invited her out. And she's trying to get ready, and she's struggling to paint her nails, and she kind of gets upset because that was something that her partner would have done.
Okay, perfect. So why would that help you in your performance again?
Because it's like thinking of the situation, not just like what you've given us, the stimuli. It's thinking, why is she doing that right now? Is it because of something that's happened, or is she going somewhere, etc.?
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Daniel, what was your camera's not on actually, by the way?
Fine.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, what was your stimulus?
My stimulus was an astronaut who goes up to space for the first time.
Okay.
And he basically wrote that it's been his childhood dream to be an astronaut, and that going up to space has been a dream come true. He's wowed and amazed by the wonders of space. He's also nervous because it's been such a big dream of his to go up into space, and it's becoming reality. And it's his nerves, basically.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So again, why would that help your performance get better?
Well, it would help the performance as it would give me a deeper understanding of the character and why he got into being an astronaut, what his objectives are, what his drive is, and then further on conclusions to what he's doing.
Okay, perfect. Ben, are you ready?
I am indeed.
Okay, perfect. What was your stimulus?
So my stimulus was a soldier who gets shot and has to save others.
Okay.
And so Harrison Jeffords is an English boy born in 1928 into a lower class family, who once the Second World War had started, he joined the army illegally, underage. He had a history of being a bully within school. His father left him at birth. He was an only child. And he's a lot smaller than a lot of the other men in his regiment, and so he gets a bit of stick for that. Since he is smaller, he's a messenger boy, and during a surprise attack, he's shot on the front line, and going against orders from his general, he runs out and manages to save 3 men before eventually being shot down.
Okay, that was very detailed. That was good. So why would that help your performance again?
Well, I suppose having an idea of what his life might have been like in school, and I suppose the lack of a father figure would probably have a big influence on him kind of joining the army, and also kind of not valuing his own life that much. You know, in my head, he's not like going out into night after these guys because he's brave. He's doing it because he really doesn't care about himself a lot.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So the next exercise I'm wanting you guys to do is the person that I asked you to print off. You could either print it off or you could have drawn it if you are good at drawing. But I'm wanting you to kind of done what we done in Panto, and the inside emotions I want you to put inside the person, and how other people perceive them I want you to put outside the person. I hopefully want you guys to have at least 10 of each. Don't worry if you can't get that much, but yeah, I want you to do that. So I'll leave you for another 5 minutes if you're able to do that, and then we'll come back and discuss it again. If you have any questions, just let me know.
So was that emotions on the inside, and then was it appearance on the outside?
It could be appearance, or it's just how other people like perceive them.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you guys another 2 minutes. Unless you need more time. Do you need more time?
I'm just trying to get my last 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my last 3.
Don't worry if you haven't got them all. I'll give you another 1 minute. I'll be fine.
Cool.
Thank you.
Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Right, okay, Daniel, what have you got for the inside emotions?
On the inside, I have he's optimistic, as childlike wonder, shy, and loving.
And sorry?
And loving.
And loving, okay. Okay, how have you got other people perceiving you?
Got it as like driven, smart, brave, and logical.
Okay, okay, perfect. So I'll go back to the question. Why would that help you in your performance again?
Well, it'll help with how the character holds themselves around other people,
Okay.
because there's the inside of how they truly feel, which is like shy, childlike wonder, which will show what the character is like by themselves, and then with people they're sort of smart and brave and logical, and so that'll affect how they act around other people.
Okay, perfect. Sean, what have you got for the inside emotions?
Kind of similar to Daniel. So I've got like smart, friendly, caring, tired, just because of how kind of what his role is, his position,
Yeah.
power. He's driven, ambitious, approachable.
Okay, perfect. What have you got for other people perceiving you?
Kind of. I've. It's a bit of a split. So on one half, I've kind of got that friendly, banterous, and powerful, and then on the other side of it, you've kind of got the people who might be a bit scared. Think he's a bit unapproachable or unfriendly just because of his position of power.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So why would that help you better your performance again?
Just because it kind of adds, you can work your kind of characteristics around it, like how he presents his emotions, and how he interacts with other characters, which I think Daniel kind of talked about as well.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Ben, what have you got for your inside emotions?
So for my inside emotions, I put uncertain, scared, but courageous, fragile, caring, anxious, determined, worthless, confused, and then I also put, I know this isn't an emotion, but I put in kind of marks, wants to mean something, like he wants to do something with his life.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Which kind of links to worthless.
Yeah. What have you got for like how other people perceive you?
Tough, brave, resilient, confident, uncaring, again in quotes, hard man, bully, thick, lazy, and certain, like sure of himself, sort of.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So again, why would that help you better your performance?
Well, I suppose just kind of getting an idea of his mindset and yeah, it's kind of like understanding the difference between that barrier that some people put up and how actually inside it can be really different, and that's really what's going to affect their actions.
Yeah. Okay, good. Iona, what have you got for like your inside emotions?
Okay, so like I did my emotions, but I also did like how she sees herself, like view
Okay.
wise.
Yeah.
So I've done like she's lovely, she's too nice, smart, sweet, and she's just tired, like of everything. And she's fair, she's tough skinned, she's friendly, caring, determined, pretty. She's a family girl, and she's humble.
Okay.
And then for the outside, I've done like how the bullies necessarily would view her. So I focused on. So I was like how she's plain looking, she's a pushover, she's an easy target, she's thick, ugly, revolting, she's a crybaby, she's pathetic, horrible person. That's what they used to like cover it up for her. Hideous, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, perfect. Why would that help you in your performance?
That would help me because well, knowing how she sees herself would be how she is so determined to stick up for herself. That's why I wanted to show like such a big contrast, because if she did believe everything on the outside, like if they were the exact same, then she wouldn't be sticking up for herself.
Yeah.
That really helped, because it would be good to see, right, this is what she thinks of herself, this is how she wants to be in everyone else's eyes. So that's why she's sticking up for herself and not letting the bullies get her.
Okay, perfect. And Erin, what did you put for your inside emotions?
I've kind of done a mix of emotions, and like Iona said, like how she views herself.
Okay.
So obviously I put she's sarcastic and a bit petty, because obviously she thought she was going to be with this guy forever. She's trying to be strong, but she's like very pessimistic at the minute. She's heartbroken, fragile, but still trying to be courageous. She's feeling alone and tired and scared.
Okay, and what have you got for like other people perceiving her?
I've kind of done what like people that don't know her would think, and like what her friends would think. So people that don't know her, she's young, so they think she's trying to handle it, but obviously failing because she's not with him. They feel sorry and pity for her, and they see that she's very young, so almost look down on her. And then her friends see that she's young and stressed and obviously upset about the situation, but she's headstrong, ambitious, courageous.
Okay, perfect. And why would that better your performance?
Because it's how, for example, obviously my stimuli was that her friends were trying to cheer her up, so her friends would definitely see her as like trying to handle the situation, whereas other people would view her differently than how she views herself.
Okay, perfect. Right, so we're gonna do the 2-minute like movement performance piece. Do you need a minute to kind of sort of plan it?
Yeah, how are you just wanting us to walk like as if we were in our stimuli, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, so your body language, you could kind of come up with like a little bit of speech if you want to.
Have to pretend to be sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna be in space.
I have to kind of
you could kind of come up with like a little bit of what's the word?
Dialogue.
You could come up with a little bit of dialogue if you want to, and then that way you can kind of like use your voice. But yeah, it's more just like your body language, how you maybe walk and all that. Okay. Do you want a minute, or do you
like walk around like our room?
Yeah.
As such, like as our character.
Yeah, as your character. Yeah.
And are we doing it like one by one or like all together?
We'll do it one by one, please.
Okay.
If that's okay. Yes. Do you need a minute, or are you ready to just?
Ready.
I think I'll need just a minute.
Okay.
So,
we'll
for
give
example,
you just a minute,
if my character is trying to save other people, could I be looking for other people in the same position?
Yeah, that's a good way. And then obviously the way you would walk as well, you've just been shot. You don't know where you've you've been shot in the leg. That way your walk would be completely different to how you would actually walk.
Indeed.
Okay. Right. Okay, I'll give you a minute because Daniel's wanting a minute, and then we'll do that. These
I better shut my curtains.
Good idea before someone sees you walking about with a limp.
Right, let me know when you're ready.
Are we starting now, or do you want us just to do like?
Well, I think Daniel was wanting to kind of think over it. So we'll just give him and then we'll do it one by one, and then we can kind of like evaluate each other's. So Daniel, just let us know when you're ready. Also, your camera will need to be on, Daniel.
My camera is on.
Oh, is it? We can't. Can anyone else see him?
No.
Okay, it's not just me.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it off and then back on again.
Like that.
There we go.
Is that? Can you see me now?
That's better.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, loving the fairy lights. Okay. What
It starts. I'm in space. I'm ready to go.
Okay, right. Does anybody want to volunteer to go first, or will I pick?
Don't mind.
I'll go first if you want.
Okay, go ahead, Ben.
Get this out of the way. Right, okay. Anyone? Anyone? This is Sergeant Jeffords from Regiment 342. I'm lost. Fuck. I can't see anyone. Hello? I've been shot in the hip. And I don't know if I'm going to make it. If you're watching this, please tell my mum. Tell my mum that I want to see her again. And tell my troops that I'll be waiting for them.
Yay, okay, that was good.
Okay, don't even. That just made me like tear up.
That was dark.
Well.
Yeah, that was darker than I thought it'd be.
God, Ben.
Hey, actually grabbing the camera was a shot of inspiration. I wasn't going to do that, but...
Yeah, I like that. That was really good.
Thank you.
Why do you think what am I trying to say? The other exercises, that's the word. The other exercises that we done, did they help you?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. Okay, sorry, what were you going to say?
I was just going from kind of what you said there. I think that him shouting out for his mum obviously kind of shows how much she meant to him growing up, and maybe it's a realization as he's dying that actually he feels quite grateful, and he wants her to know that, because he's maybe not shown it after being a difficult child growing up, and obviously showing a commitment towards the rest of his troops as well. Maybe I suppose in my head he had like a connection with the other people in his regiment that maybe he hasn't found before, that kind of feeling of a family that I think a lot of people get from going to the army.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, what did everyone else think of his performance?
I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, wait to show us all up, Ben.
I know. I mean, mine's is like nothing compared to that, but...
Yeah, literally, I'm like, okay.
Oh,
We're gonna have to bring props and shit in to make it
It
better.
was very believable, though. Like, it was very, very believable.
yes.
Oh,
it
I was like, what's going to happen next? I was invested.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was
thought
crying.
the use of facial expression, well, because it was quite close up to the camera as well, it conveyed his emotions really, really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I actually pulled a bit of my chest. I maybe should have warmed up.
Okay, good. Does anybody want to volunteer to go next, or shall I?
That.
I don't want to follow that.
Oh, right. Okay, Sean, do you want to go next?
Okay, sure.
So you're a businessman, right?
Yeah, just don't
Yeah,
expect
so-
anything quite as beautifully written and directed as Ben's was.
Is that much ferocity that you just witnessed?
Right.
Right. It's from London, by the way. I've just decided. Right. Right, Mrs. Butcher. I can't talk. Gotta go. I'm on my way to work. If you didn't know. I don't think there's really much else I can do apart from
Okay. Okay, that's
walking, maybe ask some people to like.
okay. Perfect. Right. So, did the other exercises help, and how did they help?
Yeah, no, I think they definitely helped. The back kind of writing the backstory for the character, why they're doing it in the scene helped develop his motivation and why he's doing what he's doing, where he's going.
Okay.
And the second exercise helped develop kind of his character, like how he interacts with the other characters and how he presents himself, as well as kind of emotionally, like how he's feeling.
Did I notice anything?
Pardon?
Sean held himself very differently to.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I think you're lagging out a wee bit.
I'm lagging out.
I think it might be me. I'm not sure, but.
Can anyone else hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I can hear you better now. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah. So, did anyone notice anything about Sean's performance?
His back was very straight, very good posture.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
And
Why
like
would
shoulders
that be?
back, that kind of thing. Probably from a more upper class upbringing.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Is there anything else?
His accent, he changed his accent because he thought that would maybe portray an older or more sophisticated character.
Okay, perfect. Right, who wants to go next?
Okay, does
I don't think others.
I'm
I don't mind.
getting ready with all. Okay, on you go, Daniel.
Okay. I'll start then.
Okay.
Finally made it. Never thought it'd be so small. Yeah. Zero gravity.
Okay, perfect.
I was like, what else am I meant to do?
Can I just say that Daniel's
Thank you,
internet
thank
with
you.
the robot voice made that so good.
Yeah, I know a robot.
Oh god, I'm so sorry.
Rub it out.
There.
Really. Okay, so Daniel, did the other exercises help your performance?
Yeah, they did. They gave me something to like work with.
Okay.
Like something to create dialogue off of.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Did anybody think anything of his performance?
I liked the use of movement to portray kind of the whole gravity thing with space. I thought it was quite clever, especially kind of with the camera, because since you can't really see his legs, he's just like bobbing
Yeah.
around, and I thought it was quite humorous. I liked it.
Yes.
Okay.
It was either that or I was gonna bring through a wheelie chair and just glide.
I felt like I was really on the moon.
Me too.
Yeah, it set the scene
Thank
well.
you. I'm happy I could give you that experience.
Yeah.
Also, Daniel had a look of absolute wonder on his face, which I loved.
Yeah.
Yes, facial expression was quite mesmerized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It was almost like
Seeing
glossed
something.
over. He couldn't quite believe it.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Right, who's next? Eden or Iona?
Don't mind.
Okay, well, oh god, I hate choosing. Okay, we'll go with Iona then. Okay, you might need to speak so I can see you on my screen. I can't see you yet.
Can you see me now?
Not yet.
Can you see me now?
Not yet.
You say, guys, you're so rude.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go.
Now,
Yeah.
can you see me from over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steady.
Yeah.
Just so fed up. So fed up. I mean, I can't really do much else. I'm getting bullied.
No, that's fine. That's okay. Right, perfect. What did the exercises help you?
Yes, they did. Because
Okay, how did they help you?
well, giving an understanding over everything as a whole, because it shows that doing that exercises made me realize again why I was getting bullied and how affected I was by it, and then doing this now, and it like shows how affected I am by it. So all like linked together.
Yeah. Okay, what did everybody think of her performance?
Lovely.
Good.
I like the hunched shoulders and the head down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
she was
obvious straight away
vulnerable, did
that
it?
Iona was very upset, or Iona's character, I should say, was very upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Right, Eden, you're up.
God. Right. This is a phone,
Wait,
by
you're
the
not
way.
on my screen. Sorry?
Am I on your screen?
Not yet.
No?
Not yet.
Maybe now?
Not yet.
Right, I'm going to turn my camera off and turn it back on.
Okay.
What
Oh
about
wait,
now?
that's it now.
So this is a phone, use your imagination, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Right. Yes, I already told you I'd be coming, okay? Okay, I'm coming. Yes, I'm just painting my nails now. Well, trying to. Well, I'm sorry I sound a bit sarcastic. You try going through what I'm going through. Okay. I'm sorry, okay? It's a bit difficult. Right. I'll see you, okay? Yes, I'll be there. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay,
Bye.
perfect.
Bye.
Okay. Did the past exercises help you, and how?
100%, because I could create like a storyline from just like one sentence, and also like how she'd feel. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. What did everybody think of Eden's lovely performance?
She had a really good
Lovely.
sort of tone in her voice, as well as kind of she used her like how she positioned herself, and like how she used her body language to portray kind of how kind of just really no energy, just
Yeah.
really lacking motivation due to obviously what's happened in her backstory.
Perfect. Anyone else?
I just agree.
Yeah, I agree. It was good.
Agreed.
I liked
Okay.
it.
Perfect. Lastly, did you guys learn anything new, or would you use any of the skills again?
Absolutely.
In like creating a character or story from a single stimulus, it definitely helped because it gave me more techniques and more things to use for creating a full story.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Anyone else?
I agree with that, but I can see it also being applied kind of in the situation like we had in Panto. Obviously, it's kind of like through line because obviously you don't see what the character's doing before they come into the scene. So having your kind of subtext written down, kind of again, I keep saying motivations and that, and developing that. But it's really helpful for that as well.
Okay, good. Erin, you were gonna say something.
Yeah, just like basically what they said. Also, like creating just from a stimuli, like you've got to think on the spot. You've not got like a character, you've not got its backstory, you've not got a script. It's very much thinking on the spot, and that's a good way to kind of plan something out.
Yeah. I want to bet. Have you got anything? Don't worry if you don't, but
well, it's kind of similar to everyone else, you know what I mean? Like, especially when you're on stage and it does start in the middle of a scene, or even when you're starting a play and it's already like they've lived their life, you should be making up your own backstory, and it does give you a better understanding of the character. And it makes your performance overall better because you know yourself and like who you are.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Ben,
I think following up from what Iona said right there, having like a whole backstory gives you so much more to kind of relate your own experiences with your character.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I suppose you could use like going to a school, for example, and what that experience might be like for them. It gives you so many more opportunities to make your performance truthful, and yeah, like we said earlier, that allows you to make a relationship with the audience and let them relate to you back.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, that's me finished. Thank you so much for doing it for me.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah,
Raw.